are these people?
And there we go. I don't know what happened there. Welcome to Angel in the Afternoon. I'm Angel Rivera alongside Alex Knight and Miss Witchy Perfect.
I miss you, Witchy Perfect. Yes.
But you can't see her, but yeah, she's there in voice only. So
Yeah, sorry. I didn't have time to put on my makeup and put on my face, so sorry.
sorry. I mean, we got you here and we're ready to go. I literally just shaved myself, so and literally let me just shave like 10 minutes left. So luckily we got that done. I got that done. Sorry about last week. I was just ridiculously exhausted, and I was just
So was
like,
I.
and on top of that, I there was so much like information or alleged information about the invasion of Iran. So it's like I didn't know what was true and what wasn't true. So we all be nothing but speculating. So
Hey,
that's
Brock,
why,
is
like,
this true?
which is why I'm like, yeah, which is why I'm like, you know what? Let me just save it for a week and come back tonight. So, yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to be talking about mostly Iran and mostly what's going on and the updates and stuff. So,
And
yeah,
Israel's been bombed.
of course it is. Israel's always involved. But let's see. I got a bot there, but whatever. Hope you guys start coming in. And I figured we would start because I was gonna do this last week, but it's like so. There is it. Here we go. Yep. So I'm not sure how much of this we'll watch, but we'll watch some of it and give our little commentary here. So let's see. So this is from last week when he announced the invasion. So if I was gonna play it last week, but didn't do a show, so we didn't do a show. So you get to this.
Operations in Iran.
Take that fucking
Our
hat off.
objective is to defend the American
Yeah, that hat is cringy. I don't know what the hell he's thinking wearing
people
that
by
hat.
eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people.
Terrible
Its
people.
menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
What have they done to us?
47 years, the Iranian regime.
For 47 years, the Iranian regime, nothing.
And I'm sounding like Joe Biden as I get older.
What they did is they oppose us because they disagree with our imperialism. Essentially, that's what they did, and that's a huge mistake. So that's why we had to bomb them into smithereens. And Israel hates them too. That's the real reason
has
why.
chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 4.
This event happened nearly 50 years ago, and they're holding that up as evidence that that's the first thing they did when they took power. The Arabs, Muslims, So it's like, yeah, that's 50 years ago. What they've done since? Oh, what have we done since? Oh yeah, we sold them weapons. They can't be that evil if Reagan sold them weapons. So it's like, and funneled that money to the by the way, who was fighting the left wing in Nicaragua, but that was a whole scandal called the Iran Contra affair. So
444,
which of course Reagan got away with. I mean, I think Oliver North took the fall for that. Reagan got away with it, but
days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel.
Okay, again, that's 1983. We weren't even born yet. We weren't even born yet, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least I wasn't.
Well, yeah, I wasn't either. I was negative 3 years old.
In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole.
There's not a shred of evidence for that, but
he's really sounding like Joe Biden.
Iranian,
yeah, he is.
forces
I was just
killed
gonna make
and maimed
sure that
hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
believe that for a
actually,
second.
why does
Yeah,
it always sound like he's taking a Valium?
yeah, it's like he's taking like a Valium, just to. He talks like this, but oh, by the way, why would the Iranians openly, piss off America?
Yeah,
They wouldn't.
why?
They wouldn't. They're
No, we've been
desperate.
with Iran since 1953.
Yeah, they're desperately trying not to get bombed by us. But guess what? They got bombed by us anyway. So why in the world would they antagonize us by attacking us with their quote unquote proxies?
And thanks to Trump,
well
they
as you-
just bombed Dubai as well. Thanks a lot, Trump, asshole.
Right, yeah. So Iran's bombed the UAE, Dubai. Let's see. They bombed Saudi Arabia. They're bombing all up and down the Middle East. Israel, obviously. So our bases in the Middle East and Iraq. So it's like they're going down, but they're going down with a fight. They're not going to go down without a fight. So it's like they will go down because our military is incredibly mighty. And it's not. I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying those are the facts. Our military could destroy any country. So,
U.S. naval and commercial vessels in international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it
We're
any
the
longer.
terrorists.
From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq,
wait. The Saudis did Yemen. The Saudis did a genocide down there, at least tried to, and we supported it. So, what are you talking about, like Yemen? Like you just bringing that up, but Iran didn't bomb Yemen, as far as I know, unless there's something I missed.
regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's
That's projection. That's what we do. So that's his total projection on what we do on the Iranians. So.
proxy Hamas that launched the
Oh,
monstrous
Hamas,
October.
Hamas.
Yeah, that's made up because you know who funds Hamas? Israel. I mean, the Iranians that know that. In fact, I think it was the Israelis that admitted that they at one point funded Hamas. So.
I can't
Seventh
believe
attack
people are still
on-
talking about Hamas to this day still.
Hey.
Like, why?
Hey, CBC, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, hey, CBC.
Israel slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of...
That's a lie, Trump, and you know it.
Here's the thing with that. What did he say? Hold on. I forgot. What did he say here?
Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Oh, okay, I know. That's totally made up. In fact, do we know who's #1 state sponsor of terror? The United States. But it's not. No one. If very few people want to have that conversation.
All the stuff he's discussing there, he's talking about the U.S.
In an ironic twist, yes, exactly. He's talking about the U.S. and his protection, his hypocrisy. There's everything, mixed into one there.
Just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular.
But here's the thing with that. Again, Trump tried to do the Insurrection Act during his first term after George Floyd. So his people stopped him from doing it, but he tried. He's like, he's not exactly democracy either.
My administration,
or protesting at least,
that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again.
Here we go.
They can never have a nuclear weapon.
They're not going to. They never were. They weren't even attempting to. They were adhering to the deal.
Here's the evidence right here. Here's the evidence.
Nothing.
That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordo, Natanz,
and then they attacked
and
Israel
Isfahan.
because I made such a bad move.
Yes, he wants to have it both ways. He destroyed the nuclear program, but meanwhile, we had to bomb them again because they're trying to make nuclear weapons. Like, which one is it? Either you destroyed their program last year, or you didn't.
You have to mention now, Donald.
Yeah, which one it is? Whether he destroyed their program last year, or he had to do it again this year. What did they rebuild in a year and start enriching uranium within a year? I don't think that's way too quick. So that's just a lie.
After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried.
No, you
They
didn't.
wanted to do.
It's a blatant lie. You didn't try to make a deal.
You meant the deal.
I'm good.
Yeah, what?
Is this Trump speaking or George Bush?
Yeah, what he's trying.
You can't tell the difference.
Those quote unquote negotiations were all distraction from what the real intention was, which was bombing Iran. That's always a distraction from Israel and the U.S. It's like, oh yeah, we'll negotiate. Oh, by the way, let's start planning to bomb the shit out of them into the Stone Age. Yeah, but let's pretend we're negotiating. They negotiated in bad faith. That's what they did.
Do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil.
That's made up.
But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore.
Oh my God! They were adherents to the deal.
Oh, so what Trump said, we can't take it anymore. So what? The Iranians are bullying us?
Yeah,
that's just made up. You know, no one can bully the United States. It's like we can't take it.
Bullied. Oh.
So he's like exasperated. Like, we can't take it anymore. So we bombed them back into the Stone Age.
Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas.
So full of shit. Your eyes are brown.
American.
Wait. Why are there troops in the Middle East to begin with?
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like if I didn't know any better, it seems like those troops are there just to be killed. Their invasion to the Middle East. It's the same thing in South. It's the same thing in South Korea, where there's like 20,000 troops there, just in case the North invades. As a justification to fully invade Korea again. So, just they're cannon fodder, basically. They're there to die. Just in case. If they kill our troops, oh, now we get to invade because you ordered one of our troops. Well, you put them there to begin with. So if they weren't there, they wouldn't be murdered.
Homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests.
Radical? Are they radical when it comes to the religion? Maybe, but they're not radical when it's to governing.
So it's like with Pete. What's his last name? I can't think.
Hexeth.
Yeah. Has he been drinking?
I don't. To be fair, I don't think Trump drinks because his brother died of cirrhosis, so liver cirrhosis. So that's one thing that he would never do. Would he do other drugs like Valium? Maybe, but I don't think he would ever drink for that reason. So his older brother died of, I think, he was alcoholic for years. So
we are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called. To so gravely wound and kill thousands.
Imagine saying that, saying, "Oh, they're IEDs. Sometimes they're called roadside bombs." like why? I mean, they either, yeah, no, let's call them roadside bombs. So IEDs is like the technical term for it. But just say if you want to make it simple, roadside bombs. So you don't need to say IEDs. there.
And
Whatever.
thousands
The problem is he's lying.
including many
Yeah, I'm just nitpicking there, but
Americans.
Well, no, he's
And we will
lying
ensure-
because he literally
no, he
said
is lying.
because he acts like it's the Americans that are doing these bombings, these roadside bombings. It's actually the American troops.
No, they're
that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple
even though they had no chance at it, but we still bombed them into the Stone Age.
message. They will never have a nuclear
We
weapon.
didn't want a bomb.
This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration.
That's a lie. He said, I rebuilt our military and built it up again. The military is always built up, no matter who's the president. Yeah. Go back to after World War II. After that, we never drew down our military again. Let's see. Truman, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Carter, Reagan, Bush Sr., Jr., Obama, Trump, Biden, and Trump again. So the military has been built up for decades. For our entire lifetime, we've had this gigantic military. So it's not like, it was destroyed by Democrats and then rebuilt by Trump. That's not what happened. He's made that up.
And there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication.
Yes.
My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region.
And that's a lie. That's a blatant lie because Obama did the Iran nuclear deal and they were abiding by the deal. But I tore it up because I wanted to bomb them 8 years from now. So he's just lying. Yeah, he's just lying.
Even so, and
I don't like Obama, but the new Iran nuclear deal, one of the best things he did. But now that was destroyed by Trump, though. So
right, he took it down the deal, and then he sits there and goes, "Well, they want to get a nuclear weapon. They were using that deal to get a weapon. No, they weren't. They were adhering to the deal, motherfucker."
Remember, Biden did not bring back the Iran deal.
No, he didn't.
No, we're not saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I honestly, when he first became president, I assumed, oh yeah, he'll put us back in the Iran nuclear deal. Did it? Nope, not even try. So.
Oh, they wanted that deal with Iran.
Yeah, Biden was just as responsible.
Remember,
to put us back in that deal.
Voted for Biden.
Yeah, if he put us back in that deal, this most likely does not happen. Maybe it does anyways. I don't know. I mean, we'll never know. But it'd be interesting to see what happened if Joe Biden would have put us back in the deal and see whether Trump would have bombed Iran anyways. He probably would have, but it'd be interesting, like alternate history to see what Trump would have done in that situation.
Do not make this statement lightly. The Iranian regime seeks to kill the lives of courageous Americans.
That's projection, by the way. So again,
heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties.
That
often happens in war.
That often happens. So you're openly admitting, Americans will die, but that often happens.
Viral.
That often happens in war. Like he's so callous about it. It's like, Americans may die, but it happens in war.
You guys have seen Shrek, right?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, that Shrek scene.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Many of you will die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Might die, but
it's like his Lord. It's exactly what it is. It's like his Lord Farquaad moment.
We're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear-armed Iran.
On my orders.
We're threatened by you, Trump.
Yeah, on my orders, they are sacrificing their lives and their limbs for my ambition.
Remember that meme people posted about Joe Biden and Jill Biden watching the world destroy in flames? Remember that meme? Well, now Trump and Melania doing that.
So let's see. What else does the orange president have to say here?
We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way.
We've asked God.
Thank your
we've asked
God.
God to protect all our troops because after my orders, they will die or be maimed.
God
And the
bless
VA,
America.
and oh, by the way, the VA won't help them because Trump is taking away funding from the VA. But yeah,
And we trust that with his help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the
we'll
greatest in the
prevail.
world,
We have
and
to
they will prevail. To
prevail.
the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete
So
immunity.
fucking
They
stuff.
never
Don't eat
Or
a
did.
in
Yeah,
dick.
that's not gonna
Don't eat a
happen.
dick. You
And
know who
if
should lay
you
down their arms? Fucking Israel. Israel
if
sucks.
if they were stupid enough to lay down arms, they'd just be murdered. So they must know better than that the United States is not going to give them immunity if they lay down their arms now.
the
Yeah,
alternative,
literally
face
Israel
certain
did.
death.
Yeah.
So lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly
Gonna
with
happen.
total immunity, or
No.
you will face certain death.
Well, I'm sure the Iranian Revolutionary Guard would be glad to die for their country.
Why the
But,
fuck you sound like a dictator, Donald?
yeah.
Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home.
As you said, Alex, you sound like Bush. Like their freedom is at hand. You're gonna be free finally. We're bringing democracy to Iran. Let's see how that worked out for Iraq and Afghanistan. But
It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will
Oh, he's gonna
be
be overtaken
probably
by
your
that big
only
nose
chance.
guy, whoever that is.
yeah, it'll be taken over. I mean, they're gonna install the son of the Shah, so he'll be because he's already admitted it online. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to take over transitionally, like a transition government.
The
Bullshit.
big
He's
nose
gonna be in
guy.
charge. Yeah.
So much for
Generation.
anti-war. Oh, well, Trump never started a war. What a
Yeah,
fucking joke.
that
He
conversation's
continued
over.
all of them, but he never officially started one until now.
Yeah.
Well,
For
he
many
wanted
years, you
to,
have
and
asked.
they have
Yeah.
coveted this since since his first presidency. He wanted a war with Iran. That's why he killed Soleimani.
He pulled out.
But remember,
He killed
people
Soleimani.
like Gunther Eagleman and Eric Doughty or whatever his name is, and Benny Johnson are like, "Fuck yeah, Trump doing it, yeah," you know,
Well, yeah, everybody on Fox News is coming in their pants.
including your
Yeah,
father.
again, it's
I don't
like
know what to say to that.
This is a repeat of what 25 years ago when we invaded Afghanistan. Fox News was just cheering it on.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
For America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now,
Yeah, because it's going to be a quagmire and a disaster. I mean, that's why no president actually did it, even though they secretly wanted to. But Trump is like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. It's like, what the fuck?
you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's
No, that's
see
not
how
what
you
we wanted.
respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all.
You all.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
don't give a fuck about our troops. You just can't wait to send poor people to die.
Not surprising. Tulsi Gabbard's been silent again.
I wonder. She's not going to do it, but I wonder if she's going to resign in protest. Remember, she's the one that said, "Don't bomb Iran." I mean, don't do another regime change war. But she hasn't resigned yet, as far as I know. She's still in the administration. So
Also,
let's see.
we should go over what the White House did. Their post today about fucking GTA.
So this is the Prime Minister of UK, Keir Starmer, who initially was against the bombings, but very quickly turned around and is pro-bombing Iran all of a sudden. Why? Because I'm sure Trump yelled at him, and he's a bitch to Donald Trump. So here we go. Here's Keir Starmer.
and communities across our country will be
I can't
deeply
hear him.
concerned.
Or I can barely.
Hold on, let me.
mean,
I
it
don't
was
know why
fine.
his volume is low. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Golden Monarch is here. Hey, Hillbilly or Hilly Billy Banjo, how you doing? Lawrence, how you doing? Let's see.
We should go over the White House tweet.
Lorley,
They posted the GTA meme, and I was
Virtuoso. Yeah, we can go over it, but I can't actually show it because I'm pretty sure that is copyrighted. But yeah, we can go. The White House actually put out a video full of bombings and death, and put like the wasted, like GTA when you die in GTA, and it says wasted.
CJ saying, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Yeah, and that
I
so
honestly hope Rockstar Games fucking sue their asses. That's Jesus.
Let's see. Here we go.
We
Let me
literally got
try.
World War III in Iran before GTA 6. Yeah, I said that.
This is the highest I can put it. So for some reason, it's really low.
About what this means for security and stability, and for the fate of innocent people across the region, which for so many of us includes friends and family members. So whilst the situation is evolving very quickly, I want to set out our response.
Well, I hate to break it
United
to
Kingdom
you,
played-
but the Dow is now below 50,000.
Yeah, and they basically what Keir Starmer are going to stay here. We're going to do exactly what the U.S. tell you and bomb Iran. So that's basically what he says here.
No role in these strikes. But we have long been clear. The regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent. They have murdered thousands of their own people.
I haven't. Shut up. You're great.
Oh, by the way, but let's ignore the British Empire and the millions they murdered and did genocide. But yeah, just ignore what the British Empire did, though.
Sought to destabilize the region, even in the United Kingdom. The Iranian regime poses a direct threat
That's made
to
up.
students and to the Jewish community.
Totally made up.
Over the last year alone, they have backed more than 20 potentially lethal attacks
No, they didn't.
on UK soil.
Oh, I would love to see the evidence for that, not your made up claims that they backed 20 different attacks.
Right here.
Yeah.
Evidence.
I would love to see evidence. So he's not going to show it, of course, but he's just going to claim, oh yeah, they did 20 terror attacks in the United Kingdom, and somehow Iran's fault.
So it is clear they must never be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon.
Using the same talking points as
That's the primary aim of the United Kingdom and our allies, including the US.
See?
I condemn Iran's attacks today on partners across the region.
Yeah. Hey, Starmer, they were responding to the U.S. and Israel's attack on them first. It was a response. And they randomly oh yeah, let's just attack all America's allies in the Middle East for reasons. No, that's a response. When you get attacked in war, you have to respond. That's how this works. It's a war.
Are not parties to this conflict. We extend our support and solidarity to them as part of our commitments to the secure allies in the Middle East. We have a range of defensive capabilities in the region, which we've recently strengthened. Our forces are active, and British planes are in the sky today.
Doing what?
As part of coordinated regional.
They're literally bombing people who are innocent.
To protect.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any. Yeah, we have our planes in the air. For what? Iranians are not going to bomb London. I mean, that's basically what he's implying. They could do that.
Our people, our interests, and our allies, as Britain has done before, in line with we've stepped up protections for British bases and personnel to their highest level. We are also reaching out to UK nationals in the region and doing everything we can to support them.
Yeah, except that you're not actually going to get them and save their lives. You're just going to support them. They're British nationals in the Middle East. So same thing with America, by the way. Americans in the Middle East, like Trump. I'm sure Trump thinking, "Oh, you're on your own. We're not even try to help you."
I've been speaking with leaders today from the E3 and across the region. It is vital that we prevent further escalation and return to a diplomatic process. We want to see peace and security and the protection of civilian life. Iran can end this now. They should refrain from further strikes, give up their weapons programs, and cease the appalling violence and repression against the Iranian people, who deserve the right to determine their own future in line with our long-standing position. This
That's right. Trust me, they don't want us in there.
Excuse me. Here's the thing. That was all a lie because the Iranians actually can elect their president. It's like in the UK, they can elect their prime minister, but there's a king, King Charles, but he doesn't have any real power, but he's still there.
They tried that in 1953, and what did we do? We overthrew them and put our puppet in. Now they didn't like that puppet anymore, so guess what? Now it's bullshit. They're talking like this is 1953.
Yeah, it doesn't make any kind of sense here. Let's see.
I tell them to go eat a dick.
So let's get to some articles here. First, let's start with this one because this is the whole.
Share a tweet in your message. Just give me a second.
Okay, I'll get to that. But let's start with this
message. So if you want to bring it up whenever you can.
Okay. Yeah, I can.
We'll find it funny.
All right, so this is a lot of the reason why we invaded too. Analyst says interest in Epstein files plummeted after war in Iran was launched.
And speaking of which, AOC, Ilhan Omar, and Rashida Tlaib, and all the other Democrats who were going after Pam Bondi for the Epstein stuff, they just voted against what was that bill they just did yesterday or the day before, Angel? You know what I'm saying, right? The bill that Nancy Mace brought up. They voted against. Speaking out against sexual harassment or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, that one. There was a bill up saying that they had to reveal sexual harassment and assault by senators because a lot of that's secrets. A lot of that's been under seal for decades. So Nancy Mace introduced a bill saying, to release that, and the entire squad voted against it. So for some reason, they want to cover this up.
And all the other Democrats who are going after
They have been compromised. They are on the list.
And all the other Democrats who went after Bondi in that hearing, they voted for that as well.
Yeah, of course they did. Because you know who's included in that? Joe Biden, when he assaulted Tara Reid. So you can't have that released. So Republican Congressman Thomas Massey said bombing a country on the other side of the globe won't make the Epstein files go away. Well, unfortunately, people have lost interest in it. So that worked. Before the United States and Israel launched their war in Iran 5 days ago, the fallout from the files released by the U.S. Department of Justice on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein were reverberating around the world. They ensnared a former British royal Jew, Mountbatten Windsor, and the former United Kingdom as Prince Andrew, basically, but that's his full name. And formerly Prince Andrew, he got his title taken away, and the former United Kingdom ambassador to the U.S.
That's why he got arrested, held for a couple hours for trade secrets. But seems to, gloss that over the fact that, he was arrested. Yeah, not for being a fucking pedophile. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. And the former United Kingdom ambassador to the U.S., Peter Mandelson, who, with both being arrested, rocking the Keir Starmer government. Israel's former Prime Minister Ehud Barak and numerous others also facing intense scrutiny. Epstein's deep links to Israel promoted further allegation that he was an active Mossad spy. I've been saying that for years. Other people have been saying that he was Mossad. But That was a conspiracy theory until now. All of a sudden, like, oh yeah, he most likely was Mossad. Several leading figures in the U.S. have resigned posts over connections to the disgraced financier. U.S. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick has agreed to give testimony to lawmakers about his ties to Epstein. Oh, by the way, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton also testified. And I should, bring up some of those videos
Clinton's
later.
like, I don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is. You actually
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
If I put them all, I say put them all. Every fucking one of them. They're all fucking pedophiles, and we know it.
Last week, Bill Clinton told lawmakers he saw nothing that gave me pause when he spent time with Epstein, as the former president gave closed-door testimony. His wife,
go eat a dick.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton testified before that same panel the day before. But all those reverberations and revelations have sharply shifted once the bomb started raining down Iran. On Sunday, Thomas Massie helped push the passage of the Epstein Files Transparency Act through Congress last year. Said bombing in countries outside of world won't make the Epstein file goes away. He's also been critical of the war. Al Jazeera spoke to Shahil bin Ephraim, an analyst with Atlas Global Strategies and a former Israeli diplomat, about the motives for the attack on Israel. He said the attack and its timing all about domestic politics, both in the U.S. and Israel. Very little strategic rationale behind it. The current approval numbers for Trump is the worst we've ever seen. Some of the worst this early on in the term I can remember. And there's signs that the economy is going to get worse, so he really needs a distraction from that and for more. You look at searches on Google for the Epstein files, they have plummeted since it started. So at least temporarily it's succeeding. It's taking up Congress's time and the media time, he added. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu may be hoping for that war boosts his own approval ratings before elections, with local media reporting that may be called as soon as June. The Gaza genocide wasn't particularly successful in terms of getting Netanyahu public approval because the enemy there, Hamas, is kind of weak, and Israel didn't do particularly well. Ben Ephraim said calling Iran a more impressive enemy. So yeah, there you go. This is Bill Clinton claiming he did nothing wrong. Why not?
First, I had no idea of the crimes Epstein was committing.
No, go eat a dick.
No, of course not. I didn't know anything about
Great children, you fucking pedophile.
Photos show of me. I have two things that at the end of the matter far more than any interpretation of 20-year-old photos. I know what I saw, and more importantly, what I didn't see. And I know what I did, and more importantly, what I didn't do.
I did not
I saw nothing and did nothing wrong. As someone who grew up in a home with domestic violence, not only would I not have flown on his plane if I had any
when I was a child, I was sexually assaulted, I was abused. Fuck yourself. I was abused by my mother, emotionally and sometimes physically. That doesn't mean I become a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
Call for justice for his crimes, not the sweetheart deal we got. But even with 20/20 hindsight, I saw nothing that ever gave me real pause.
So there you go.
If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you.
So, Angel, bring up the tweet that I showed you.
I closed Twitter. Hold on, I can load it back up. Let's see. Oh. Oops, here we go. Yeah, this one. I've seen this one. Oops. Wait, let me just real quick this screen instead. Sure, everybody's seen this, but I should play it because there's copyright here. But Bobby Heenan, Israel, and that guy, I think it's Rick Valentine, is Iran.
No, it's the Red Rooster. It's Terry Taylor.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it is because it was his face.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I've seen it prime time because, of course, I watched prime time when Kurt was on it, and Kurt's like right after that segment. He's so good. I watch primetime wrestling. So kill me. I need a palate cleanser sometimes, all right? Besides, They don't have that on Netflix yet, or I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, they probably will share more content in the coming weeks and months on Netflix. So,
I hope so.
this is more no shit Captain Obvious type of thing. Before Khomeini's killing, the CIA assessed he would likely be replaced by more hardline elements of the IRCC, or the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. So, before the U.S. and Israel launched a war against Iran on Saturday morning and killed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the CIA assessed that the Iranian leader were killed. His rule was replaced by hardline figures from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Reuters reported, "No shit, he's going to be replaced by somebody more radical. I mean, you should have kept him in charge." The report said the assessment was produced over the last 2 weeks, and the U.S. is building up its forces in the region, preparing to launch the New York Times, the paper of record, reported the CIA had been tracking Khomeini for months and knew he would be at his compound in Tehran, meeting senior Iranian officials on Saturday morning, where it was hit by a joint U.S.-Israeli strike. What really happened was Khomeini's like, look, I'm not going to hiding, not going to a bunker because my citizens can't, so I'm just going to stay here. And if I get bombed, so be it, I'll be a martyr. So that's really what happened. You know, he knew he'd probably get bombed, but he's like, I'm not going to a shelter. You know, I'm going to stay here because my citizens can't go anywhere. So, and it died. Since Khomeini's death, the Iranian government has created a council headed by Ayatollah Alizra Arafi to govern the country until Iran's assembly of experts chooses a new supreme leader. Killing Khomeini does not appear to have impacted Iran's military operations, as Iran's missiles and drones continue to hit targets across the region, including in Israel and countries hosting U.S. military bases. During previous confrontations with the U.S., including the 12-day war of June 2025, when President Trump assassinated General Qasem Soleimani, the head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Quds Force, Iran's response to the U.S. attacks was minimal and more symbolic, as it provided notice ahead of time. Now Iran is targeted multiple U.S. bases, and there's no sign Tehran is interested in de-escalation. Well, no shit. They were attacked, so of course they're going to respond and fight this war. According to unconfirmed report from Israel's Ynet, after killing Khomeini, President Trump sought a ceasefire, but the idea was rejected by Iran. So Trump tried to get out. It's like try to do what he did in Venezuela, basically kidnap Maduro, declare a victory, and get out. But that didn't work this time. The Iranians not interested in that. Trita Parsi, executive vice president of the Quincy Institute, said the leadership in Tehran now believes that it agrees to a ceasefire without inflicting enough cost in the U.S. The U.S. and Israel will attack again in the future, which is true. They will attack again because it's not about that. It's about taking out the regime. Iran understands that many American security establishments have been convinced that Iran's past restraint reflected weakness and an inability or unwillingness to face the U.S. in direct war. Well, no shit. Which country want to face the U.S. in a direct war? So how's that weakness? That's like probably intelligence. Like, yeah, we have no chance against the Americans. Let's not start a direct war. Parsi wrote on X, Tehran is now doing everything it can to demonstrate the opposite. The massive cost itself it would pay. Ironically, the assassination of Khomeini facilitated the shift. Let's see. Hey, Ellen, Kieran's here. Al Jazeera is dog shit. Yeah, it's true, but there are times when they're right. Occasionally right some good people. So we got this as well. No surprise here. Defense stocks jump as Iran exchange attack. No shit. Again, it's totally no shit. Global defense stocks jumped on Monday as investors reacted to a dramatic military escalation in the Middle East over the weekend. By the way, it's another reason why they invaded, because they know defense industry's stock price can go way up. And guess who's in main defense companies? People in Congress, including Nancy Pelosi. The sector was a rare bright spot amid a broader market sell-off triggered by fears of wider regional conflict. Germany's Hensoldt and Britain's BAE Systems were among the top performers in the stock 600, up close to 5%, around 6% respectively. Defense names Rennick rose more than 3%. Leonardo gained more than pairing earlier gains. The broader stock 600 index fell more than 1%, touching a 2-week low. I guess this is the stock market in London or in Europe. I mean, the stock 600. Stateside, U.S. firms Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman rose more than 3% and about 6% respectively. The S&P 500 traded just above the flat line, rebounding from earlier losses. With South Korean markets closed on Monday, regional activity in Asia Pacific defense sector was somewhat muted. Japan's Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, IHI rose roughly 3% each, while Singapore's ST Engineering climbed 2.8%. The move comes after the U.S. and Israel launched widespread attacks in Iran over the weekend that killed Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, ending its retaliatory strikes by Iran against the U.S. bases in the Middle East killed 3 U.S. service members. Prospects of escalation led oil prices, energy companies here stirred as well. It is very much uncertainty at the moment that investors are grappling with, said the guy, whatever. Equity markets are a little bit more certain how long this is going to drag on for the implication of both growth and inflation that we'll have the longer it goes on. But he told Squawk Box, really it's a question of what is the duration of this conflict. The conflict with Iran entered a third day on Monday. U.S. President Donald Trump warning of further American casualties and saying the conflict would last up to 4 weeks. June of last year, the U.S. and Israel attacks, that 3 Iranian nuclear sites. So Donald Trump again claiming that more Americans will die, callously, quite frankly, because no one say that, even though we know it's true. But, oh yeah, more Americans will die for my ambitions and my holy war that we are doing.
I'm willing to make.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
By the way, Angel, Juan Soto just made an error in one of the World Baseball Classic games.
Yeah, we Yankee fans saw that a lot in the year he was here, so not surprising. Carl Bildt, former Prime Minister of Sweden and co-chair of the ECFR's Council, said it expected Iran would strike back at the American military facilities in the Gulf region. But now it seems like they're striking other targets in the Gulf as well. Yeah, it's like they're shocked that they're like, oh yeah, we did that they would bomb American military facilities, but we're outraged by that at the same time. This is surprising, but also highly disturbing because, of course, they just said that they predicted it, but at the same time, it's still surprising to them. Because, of course, the stability of the Gulf countries is important to all of us.
They are the dumbest motherfuckers ever.
Mm-hmm. Important to the global economy, important to the region, he said. Let's see. So what is this? This is overall stock market, I guess. Defense companies have already posted big gains over the past few years amid heightened geopolitical tensions, prompting governments to hike defense spending. European defense stocks in particular were sensitive to the news of development of the Russia-Ukraine war. Lack of earnings momentum, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about Europe. So, yeah, you guys get the point. Let's see. So this has also affected Amazon because Amazon has a lot of servers in the Middle East. So Amazon Cloud is disrupted after objects strike AE data center. So it says objects striking the U.S. It remains unclear whether the incidents connected to Iran's retaliatory strikes following the U.S. and Israeli attacks in the country. So allegedly, it's objects in their servers out there in the Middle East. Let's see. Amazon's cloud unit reported disruption to its services after a UAE-based data center was struck by objects sparking a fire. Amazon Web Services (AWS) said one of their availability zones, a regional grouping of one or more data centers, was shut down after it was impacted by objects that struck the data center around 4:30 p.m. Dubai time on Sunday.
Yeah, Punk. When did he become president?
Kieran says Miriam has President Punk on speed dial in a string. Yeah, I think you're talking about Trump. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see. In a post website, AWS added that the emergency served power to the facility while crews worked to extinguish the fire. In a separate post, the company reported it was investigating connectivity and power issues in Bahrain. On Monday morning, the company said that the separate zone of data centers had been impacted by a localized power issue. According to Reuters, the data center data operator said that it would take several hours to restore connectivity in the affected zone, adding that other zones in the region are operating normally. It remains unclear whether the incident is connected to Iran's retaliatory strikes in the U.S. following the U.S. and Israel's attack on the country, but fire tore through the center of the same day. On the same day, the Iranian projectiles targeted the UAE. This comes amid ongoing U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran already killed the Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and several other top officials and hundreds of civilians. Around 180 schoolgirls were killed on a strike on a school in southern Iran on Saturday. Day one of the war, the first major strike killed 180 schoolgirls. The U.S. is blaming Israel. Israel blaming the U.S. It's kind of like we don't know who did it yet. So it's one of those things. In response, Iran has launched hundreds of retaliatory missile and drone strikes on Israel and U.S. assets in the Arab states, including the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. So there you go. Amazon even is being affected by this, allegedly, because they claim it was objects and wasn't really a missile. But let's see. Let's get to this one. The Senate bill passed it to advance bill to halt Trump war on Iran. Not surprising here. The Senate on Wednesday voted against advancing a war powers resolution aimed at halting further U.S. military action against Iran without authorization from Congress amid the major U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign in the country. The resolution introduced Senators Tim Kaine, Democrat, Virginia, and Rand Paul, Republican, Kentucky, failed in a vote 47-53, with Paul being the only Republican to support the measure. And Senator John Fetterman, Democrat of Pennsylvania, was the only Democrat to oppose the bill, as he came out strongly in favor of the war. Big surprise there. Why isn't he
just come out as a Republican?
He might as well. I mean, just run as a Republican. I'm sure.
You mean Uncle Festerman?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The resolution was defeated even as Trump administration is making it clear it intends to escalate the conflict and hasn't ruled out the possibility of putting troops on the ground inside Iran. Kaine made the point that the vote will put U.S. lawmakers on record with war. Quote, nobody gets to hide and give the president easy pass or end around the Constitution. Everyone has to declare whether they're for this war or against it. The House debated its own war power resolution on Wednesday, but a vote isn't expected until Thursday. Under the Constitution, the power to initiate war rests solely in the Congress, Representative Thomas Massey, Republican, Kentucky. The co-sponsor of the bill said on X, Congress owes a service member a clearly defined mission, so when they accomplish it, they can come home. So even that, Thomas Massey is like, yeah, I'm against the war, but at the same time, they need a clearly defined mission, so when they accomplish it, they can come home. So he's kind of hedging here and coming out partly for the war, but not really. The House bill may have been
told you so. I told you so. I told you there are no heroes.
Yeah, even one of the best ones on war, Thomas Massey, is kind of hedging and coming out a little bit in favor of it. Like, they need a clearly defined mission and then come home as soon as they accomplish it. The House bill may have a better chance of passing since other Republicans have signaled they would join Massey in dissenting against President Trump on the war. De facto war is still war, not unprecedented. The Korean War is never authorized by Congress, and they too pretend it wasn't a war. Representative Warren Davison, Republican, wrote on X. The passive approach is commonly cited as a laughable example of constitutional avoidance. It contributed to the passing of the War Power Act. So, by the way, the War Powers Act gives the president 60 days to attack a country before they have to go to Congress. So, yeah, so that's 60 days of bombing before they have to go to Congress to get a either the declaration of war or some kind of resolution. So let's see here. So we have a claim and admission by the president. Trump says he may have forced Israel's hand on the Iran war. The president made the comments in response to a question about Rubio saying they launched the war because Israel planned to attack. So this is around the time the administration kind of all over the place. Trump was like, "Oh no, we attacked Israel," or excuse me, we attacked Israel. We attacked Iran, and then Rubio was like, "Oh no, Israel had to attack, so we did it anyways." So and then they were all over the place. Bondi said something else, so why they started the war. So yeah, they have no idea, why they started this war. Adding to the mixed messaging coming from the Trump administration regarding the war in Iran, President Trump suggested on Tuesday that he may have forced Israel's hand when the conflict started. The president was responding to a question about Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who said on Monday the one reason why the U.S. war on Saturday was Israel was planning an attack and that the U.S. is set.
Yeah, he admitted it.
Yeah, that Iran could respond with attacks on U.S. bases. Let's see. Senior Trump officials said the same thing during classified briefings with members of Congress on Monday, which was confirmed by House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican of Louisiana, and other lawmakers, because Israel was determined to act with or without the U.S. Our commander-in-chief and the administration and the officials in the cabinet had a very difficult decision to make. They had to elevate the threats to the U.S., our troops, our installations, and our assets in the region and beyond. So here's a crazy idea. Why not let Israel attack by themselves? They want to do it so badly. Let them do it. Let them attack.
Because we have to be Israel's bitch boy.
Mm-hmm. Why not
We're
let
like
them
gay
attack?
people for Israel.
Yeah, it's like if Israel is so determined to attack Iran, let them. Like, oh yeah, go. Good luck to you. Don't ask us for help if you do that, because we're not going to attack Iran.
We can't do that. Then we'll be anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
I know. That's that Israelis.
I tell these people to go eat a dick. That's what I tell them. Go eat a dick.
Yeah. The narrative that Israel is ready to act alone has holes in it, considering Israel's relied on U.S. air defense to intercept Iranian missiles in previous conflicts. In Politico reported a few days before the war started that Trump officials thought it might be better for the politics if Israel attacked on its own first, provoking Iranian attacks on U.S. assets to justify a U.S. intervention. So, of course, that would have been the smart political play, but the Trump administration, no, we're going to attack anyways before they attack us. So, after Rubio's comments drew significant backlash, the administration appears to be the story. On a post on X, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt shared an article from the National Review titled "No Marco Rubio didn't claim that Israel dragged Trump into the war with Iran." Speaking to reporters again on Tuesday, Rubio said that Israel's plans to attack Iran only related to the timing when the war started, as the president already made the decision to start the war to destroy Iran's ballistic missile program, which wasn't really real because they already bombed it the first time. Trump claimed on Tuesday that he might attack first, though Pentagon officials told congressional staff on Sunday that Iran wasn't planning to attack U.S. assets unless Israel attacked first, which is a total no shit. Like, why would they attack U.S. assets first? That would justify full U.S. invasion.
Trump is a crop of shit.
Yeah. Based on the way the negotiation was going, I think that they were going to attack first. I didn't want that to happen. So, if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. But Israel was ready and we were ready, Trump told reporters in the Oval Office. So, there you go. Donald Trump's
a big crop of dick.
He's the one that started the war, trying to act like a tough guy, and Israel was, kind of foolish.
Yeah, look at my dick. It's so small. Don't eat one, Trump.
So let's see. So now Trump is demanding unconditional surrender by the Iranians. He's kind of sounding like FDR after World War II. Is like the only way to win is Japan has to unconditionally surrender. So this is Trump says.
How about you unconditionally go suck a dick?
He only accepts Iran's unconditional surrender. President Trump posted on Truth Social that the only deal he would make with Tehran is unconditional surrender. Quote, there will be no deal with Iran unless unconditional surrender, the president wrote on his social media account Friday. After that, the selection of a great and acceptable leader, we, as many of our wonderful allies.
Rice appeared at the White House today.
Yeah, for
Hi, Kieran is here.
college sports, that college sports thing that Trump did in the White House today. A very brave allies and partners who will work tirelessly to bring Iran back from the brink of destruction, making it economically bigger, better.
Who else said tirelessly? I'm trying to remember who else said that. Work tirelessly.
Than ever before. Iran will have a great future. I don't know why I had to put it in caps and scream it.
But that's what he always does. He thinks he's a badass.
Yeah.
Uppercase letters.
Remember Sarah Palin?
Yes.
Yeah. She kind of lost her.
No, that was oh shit! I can't. She was from Minnesota. I can't remember her name. He said our founding fathers worked tirelessly until the slavery was no more.
I think you're referring to Michelle Bachmann. Michelle
Bachmann. Michelle fucking Bachmann.
The statement from Trump suggests war in Iran has moved beyond eliminating Iran's nuclear program and military capabilities to regime change and nation building. As a candidate, the president opponent of regime change wars and nation building projects. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt later appeared to walk back the president's demands, saying that he will not require a formal surrender. When he determines Iran is no longer poses a threat to the U.S. and Operation Epic Fury has been fully realized, that essentially have to be a place of that Iran will essentially be in a place of unconditional surrender, themselves or not, she explained to the press. Forcing a full surrender on Iran could require months of military operations and ground invasion. Trump has made it clear he's open to deploying military forces in Iran.
Remember,
and the Pentagon is preparing.
To someone who's like half her age, or more than half her age. Yeah.
She's married to some guy in his mid-50s, I believe, and she's like 27 or something like that. Trump has made it clear, blah, blah. The Pentagon's preparing for the conflict last September.
Heard of a, what do they call them, gold diggers? She's 27, he's 50. Called gold digger, honey. She's waiting for him to die.
So the Pentagon is preparing for this conflict to last through September. So we're talking about the rest of the summer, the rest of the spring into the fall. Like 6 months, not a quick war as Trump. Very, very similar to Bush when they rock. Like, oh, it'll be a quick war. We'll be out in a few weeks.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. I'm gonna pull out. I promise you won't get pregnant.
Tehran said is uninterested in a ceasefire or further negotiation with the U.S. We're not asking for a ceasefire, and we don't see any renegotiate with the U.S. When we negotiated with the U.S. twice, and every time they attacked us in the middle of negotiations. Iran Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said on Thursday, there's no request for a ceasefire from us. There's no request for negotiations from us. We have never sent any messages. On to say that Iran is prepared for a ground war with the U.S., Israel and the U.S. attacked Iran on Saturday. Iranian forces responded by striking Israel, U.S. military bases, and other U.S. allies in the region. So they're not prepared for a ground war with the U.S. But what they can do, as I said a few weeks ago, is they can do guerrilla warfare and insurgency tactics, basically. You know, attack like they did in Vietnam, like the Vietnamese did to us, where they would go and kill troops, leave, and before we know what was going on. So it could be a long, brutal war if they do send in troops. And don't be surprised if Trump sends in troops. So this is something else I thought was interesting. Trump says he must have a say in picking Iran's new leader. He must have a say.
Yes, because he wants to send our kids who are poor, he wants to send them to die so that the rich can literally just send poor kids to die. Because, you know, I agree with, I forgot who's, Jesse Ventura said it.
Mm-hmm.
If they use wars, then every son or daughter has to go serve in the fucking wars that they want to send our kids to die at.
So we all know Baron Trump is not serving in any of these wars, even though he's of age at this point. Like
No, not Eric Trump Jr.
No, not any of the Trump children. President Trump said in an interview at Axios on Thursday that he must have a say who is chosen in Iran's next leader, following the killing Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khomeini, contradicting other administration officials who said the U.S. goal is not regime change. So which one is it? It's not regime change. It is regime change. It is this, that. We don't know what the goal is ultimately. Trump made it clear to Axios reporter Brock Ravid that Khomeini's son, Muqtada Khomeini, who had reportedly emerged as the frontrunner to replace his father, wouldn't be acceptable to the U.S. It's like, yeah, you can't. We're going to pick your leader. Khomeini's son is a lightweight. I have to be involved in the appointment, like Delcy Rodriguez in Venezuela. The president's referring to Venezuelan acting president Delcy Rodriguez. So if Trump approved of her, if we talked about, like, when this happened, it's obviously she must be compromised in some way, because there's no way Trump would have approved of her if, she wasn't.
By the way, Karen, you're right, because I'm exhausted. Oh my God. I was so busy at work today. I literally was doing like 3 things at once. And I am exhausted. Yeah. So, yes, no tatas. I'm sorry that the lights are down, but no tatas.
No. The U.S. didn't choose Rodriguez as Nicolas Maduro's replacement, but she was next in line as the vice president and has been willing to work with the U.S. to attack. A much different dynamic is unfolding in Iran as the killing of Khomeini has not slowed Iran's military response, and the country's leadership shows no sign of backing down, despite the massive U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign, which killed over 1,000. Trump said he wouldn't accept any leader who continues Khomeini's policies because he was in the U.S. launching another war within 5 years. So he's admitting it there. It's like, oh yeah, if Khomeini's son takes over, then there'll be another war in 5 years anyway. So, and then Khomeini's son is unacceptable to me. Someone that would bring harmony and peace to Iran, he said. In other words, he wants someone who's a puppet to the U.S. and Israel. That's what he's saying. And Khomeini's son is definitely not going to be that.
Bingo!
Earlier this Trump said that all the people he had in mind to replace Khomeini had been killed, and acknowledged that in the end, Iranian's next leader could be as bad as Khomeini, quote unquote. Hey Trump, why did you kill all who would approve as leader? You just murdered them all? Like, yeah, that's a great.
I think they're going to have something like Juan Guaido. Who no one can even know. You don't even know who that dictator was. They're like, who the Juan Guaido? I voted for Nicolas Maduro.
Speaking of which, that woman from the female leader in Venezuela, I don't remember her name right now. The one who's the one we called her out.
Tricky.
Huh? Maria Machado or something.
No, not her.
Yeah, that's what I said. Witchy McChicky.
No, not her. The other one that we called out not too long ago. The one that was seemingly on Maduro's side. What was her name again?
Delcy Rodriguez, the VP.
Yeah. Now she all of a sudden sides with Trump. She's
of course. Yeah. He knows what side her bread is buttered on, and she sucks the dick. I said Witchy McDicky. Sucky McDicky. There you go. It's Witchy. Wait, no, because that's a bad name for witches. So McSucky Dicky. Yeah, that's what we'll call her. No way! Don't give it back to witches now. Well, I would like to make an announcement that next week I'm feeling better because I'm actually feeling like crap. I felt like crap all day. I will if you liked. If we get 40 likes this week, I will go topless next week. How about that? Tatas next week.
The worst case, and then someone takes over who's as bad as the previous person. That could happen. We don't want it to happen. It would probably be the worst.
It is what it is.
You go through this.
Because in 1953, we went through the elected official. I don't even know who the fuck he was. in Iran, because that was before my dad was born. My dad was born in 55. Okay, so we're talking about 1953. So
Yeah.
this is before my 55 and my mother. They're both born in 55. So here's the thing: you overthrew a democratically elected leader for a piece of shit, and now you took out the piece of shit and you want to put in another piece of shit. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, it
Steph,
makes
did you
no
see
sense.
Garrett's comment there?
Again,
Topher?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So that's that.
sorry.
But you know,
Look at
it's a
this.
disaster. It's a disaster. So yeah, let's get to some of this Epstein testimony. I mean, I think that's pretty interesting.
Oh, and by the way, Chris Brown is
about
no
it.
longer. What's the position she was in? Trump just let her go.
Oh, yes, I
Christine
saw that.
Nolan, yeah,
But I thought that was
she got
bullshit. You think
fired.
that's real?
Yeah, she got fired as the secretary of DHS. So
Yeah, and they're going to put in somebody worse than that fucking pedophile bitch with a fucking facelift. She looks like her face is melting off of her fucking head.
So let's go. This is interesting. Bill Clinton smiling while looking back through old Epstein photos and nodding over memories. The attorney snatches him out of Bill's hand because he knows how terrible this looks. So here's watch.
Oh no!
Ew.
Like, he's loving it. He's reliving old memories. So.
Here's this child. Here's that. I remember that child. She was a good rape.
Yeah, his lawyer takes away the. She tries it. He's like, no, give it back, No. I love this.
I love this one. Yeah, she was a good lady. I raped her real good. Bill Clinton, fuck yourself.
Does Clinton have
Trump.
Mr. President, we have about 5.
Does Clinton have Parkinson's? The guy just saw when he held that paper. His hand was shaking.
That's his Alzheimer's disease. That's what you get when you're so fucking old and you're a fucking pedophile.
In the majority's first hour, so I just want to ask you some questions related to the crimes committed by Mr.
Hey, Vicky.
There's more to this, but let me try to find it.
Boring.
Here we go.
You got 3 minutes.
So we're gonna go over this. Hey, Vicky, thank you for joining us. We're gonna go over this. Nancy Mace confronts Bill Clinton. Why would Jeffrey Epstein say you like him young? So it's like a 4-minute clip here.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The witnesses who testified in the Epstein cases that Epstein said, you quote, like them young. Why would Epstein say that about you?
Are you asking his opinion?
Why are you asking a stupid question? You already know the answer.
Yeah, now his lawyer jumps in here, and they have kind of a debate here before Clinton actually answers. So.
Oh, excuse me.
Think about why Mr. Epstein would say something about him.
Why would Epstein say that about
So she's asking
President?
you to try to be in Mr. Epstein's mind and guess at what Mr. Epstein would have thought about.
First of all,
well, it's explanatory. You don't need to say that. Oh, she wants you to go into Epstein's mind. It's like, well, she didn't say that. You're just that's how you're framing it.
Replies.
My mic is hot. Is it too loud? It's too low?
It's a little loud, but I didn't think it was a big deal. So.
Yeah, but we weren't really saying anything.
Yeah.
Likes them young, referring to girls.
Also the one below that.
first of all, that's not true.
That's not true.
Blatant lie. Blatant lie. I'm sorry, blatant lie, ladies and gentlemen.
It took you that long to say that,
definitely likes him young. Monica Lewinsky was like 20 years younger than her when she blew him in the White House. So what are you talking about? Blatant lie.
That I have any interest in underage.
I didn't say underage. I said young.
And that's not what she said. She said young, not underage. Yeah, I mean, he gave himself away. Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. He gave it away.
He gave himself away. Yeah.
but it's still not true.
Is an intern young?
Yes.
Okay.
At my age, anybody younger than I am
Did you
is
know
young.
Jeffrey Epstein instructed a witness to deny you were ever on his
Clinton has Parkinson's. Look the way his hand's shaking when he's trying to drink water there. So you can see it there.
island?
He needs to see.
He didn't have to since I was never there.
Did you ever travel to Zorro Ranch?
Is that the one in New Mexico?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Have you ever flown on anyone else's private jet 26 times or more for overseas trips?
I have flown as many miles on other jets, but
He's like, have you ever flown on those jets? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So he stood like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Damn,
By the
I
way,
can't lie about this.
you need to check out Chris Hansen videos, like I mentioned a couple weeks ago.
She would like him.
never with as many stops.
How many other people's planes have you used, like Epstein 26 times or miles, etc.?
I don't know. I did with Steve Bing, who's now deceased,
You didn't know
and
that
probably before.
you didn't know you rode on one of Epstein's jets. Like
Don Corleone meets skeleton.
that's a lie. Another lie by Bill Clinton.
Fellows.
Okay. So maybe about a half dozen billionaires total. So how many dinners did you have with Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein in attendance?
She's asking to the best of your recollection.
I have no idea.
Okay. Did you ever discuss sexual
I have no idea how many times I had dinner with Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein. It was so many times. Well, he didn't say that, but I'm just implying it that, it must have been so many he didn't remember.
Conduct allegations made against you with Epstein or Maxwell?
Never.
Did Epstein or
That's
Maxwell ever offer to help manage or silence women who made sexual misconduct allegations against you?
No.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer financial support directly or indirectly to legal defense funds related to impeachment proceedings or civil actions against you?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you think a young girl massage?
When somebody says "not to my knowledge," that's loyally talk for, yes, but I don't want to admit to it. So they just wiggle their way out by saying "not to my knowledge." And just
A president is unusual.
So are you asking his opinion?
I don't know why
a young woman. I'm asking if he thinks.
what?
I don't know why they're doing this. I honestly don't. None of these motherfuckers are going to go to jail. Again, the former Prince Andrew was arrested and held for a couple hours on treason secrets, for fuck's sake.
So
They did not arrest him for pedophilia. They'll never arrest any of these guys. Trump, Prince, Clinton, fucking Alan Dershowitz. And he's like, oh, I'm not a pedophile. All those women lied.
And Michael Tracy, probably.
Yeah, he's defending Epstein. I don't know why, but basically what this is, it's a humiliation ritual. Either you do this or you go to prison. So it's like, okay, let's do the humiliation ritual and get this over with.
Steph, I don't know if you heard me a couple minutes ago, but you need to check out Chris Hansen videos, like I mentioned a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I missed that. I will check out Chris Hansen.
It's unusual that a president, sitting president of the United States, leader of the free world, that
So
it's
I'm sorry.
unusual.
Are you speaking to? Are you talking to the instance of the
Yes, it's unusual that
the
a
back
young woman would be
massage that occurred while he was not president? I'm just trying to understand. You said a president of the United States.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
An adult.
It doesn't matter.
23?
This
Was she
is,
23? Monica Lewinsky?
I think
How
so.
old was she?
She was
Like
in her early
23?
20s. Yeah, early
she was
20s.
She had oral sex while he was president in the fucking Oval Office. She was 23 years old. Everyone fucking lost their minds.
And Hillary decided to stay with him still.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was a kid, and I'm sure he has had children under that desk as he was in the presidency. Come on, people. He's a pedophile.
Yeah.
They all are.
So
Even Trump
that famous photo of Bill Clinton getting a back massage by like a teenage girl, that happened. It happened before his presidency, but it happened. So the lawyer here, his lawyer is trying to kind of wiggle out of this again because he's like, well, he wasn't president then, but it still happened.
President?
Thank you.
We
Just trying to make sure we're correcting the
Are you
time frame.
filibustering?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to. I'm actually trying to make
I
sure
think
that
I'm
as
pretty
you
clear. He said he
you
knows what
said he
young.
was a sitting president.
Excuse me, could we just
Hey,
be
shut
quiet?
up, bitch. Let her ask
You said a
the
sitting president. I want you to be clear so that when he answers
Former
you,
sitting
the
president.
record.
for water, bitch.
That's
You
his
shut the
lawyer,
fuck
like
up.
trying to like interject, like, "Hey, he wasn't president then," so somehow that makes it okay. I don't know. That's what I guess what our argument
It's
is.
clear.
Do it. Is it unusual?
I have no
calls
idea
for-
if it's unusual.
Objection calls for speculation.
I figured.
Objection.
Do you ever? Did you ever think that all
So it's calls for speculation. That's another Bill Clinton's lawyers here who objected to that question. But
these women around Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell was odd, unusual, weird, or creepy?
There weren't all that many around when I was there.
How many would you say is all?
Oh, you
not all that many.
it.
I think on this big plane that was working long hours, having 2 to 4 people on there, I thought was, as far as I knew, they were all helping.
Flight attendants in tank tops and jeans, right?
No,
Do you believe you were a victim of a Jeffrey Epstein intel operation? Do you think
No.
that you might have been like caught
Yeah.
up in some of what he was maybe
He
potentially
raped
doing?
children.
yes,
Excuse me, Congressman, which question are you asking?
I'm asking
Intel
if the
operation?
first of all, I don't
some type of intel operation. I'm just curious because it's been speculated on today and yesterday
understand.
that he may have been an intel asset. Do you think, perhaps knowing what we know now, the proclivity of it all, that he may have been targeting you as part of an intel operation?
What we know now is that everyone on that island, including Bill Clinton, was a fucking pedophile who raped children and then eat babies or whatever.
yeah. But here's that question. Kind of Nancy Mace gave Bill Clinton the way out. Is like, oh, didn't you? Weren't you a victim of intelligence operation, Mr. President? Like, even then, she's giving him kind of like a way out. Like, oh yeah, definitely, I was a victim of a intelligence operation. So just ignore everything I did.
By the way,
You know,
so many Trump MAGA supporters are defending Bill Clinton right now.
Yeah, because allegedly there's an
They
agreement.
literally, sorry. So literally, if they defend Trump, well, Trump's not in the Epstein list. It is. He's in there more the times than anyone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, of course, they're gonna defend all these pedophiles because
And
that's what they do.
And of course, like I mentioned before, that even former NASCAR driver Brian Vickers was also in the Epstein list.
Yeah,
That makes me
allegedly.
sick to my stomach.
Yeah, allegedly. The hell? Oh, really? I'm trying to pull this up and it won't let me. All right, let me try reloading this. It's allegedly Bill Clinton and Trump came to like some sort of agreement. It won't let me pull up.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let me try it like this. Here we go.
No, I'm not using a tin can. I'm using a headset, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. So this, wait, I don't want to pull that one up. This is Hillary Clinton. She also testified, but I'm trying to look for. There's a certain one here that
Nancy Mace and others mentioned that Hillary did not act well in that hearing.
No, she had a massive meltdown at the end of it because I think it was Lauren Boebert was taking photos of her during her testimony. She got very angry about it. Yeah, she got very angry at it after what's her face? Lauren Boebert's taking photos of her during the hearing. Geez, I mean, this is. So let me see whether it works now. Here we go. Okay, good. So Hillary Clinton gets very angry at Nancy Mace for asking about Howard.
A weird mind.
So she's asking. It got asked about Howard Lutnick, and she gets very angry at that question for some reason. So let's check some of this out.
Very much about
She
at all.
has ties to
How do you know
Epstein.
Howard Lutnick?
Yeah, that's why.
I know Howard Lutnick because when I was senator on 9/11, the firm he headed, Cantor Fitzgerald, suffered the greatest loss of life. As I recall, something like 650.
And isn't that
of his
funny that he
employees
never
were
missed a day of work? But on 9/11, he missed that
He
day.
missed the day. He wasn't there that day, even though his employees were, and they ended up dying, except for him. Yeah.
murdered by terrorists that day. Howard Lutnick missed
inside
being
job.
a victim because he was delayed dropping his child off to
You asked the
kindergarten.
question.
You asked the question. I'm going to answer your question.
Now you're going to
This
yell.
So the excuse was, oh yeah, he was dropping off his kid at kindergarten. That's why he wasn't there on time.
Bullshit. Yeah, right.
He was on time every single day before that, but somehow he was late on 9/11. What a coincidence! Very angry here for some reason.
was what I spent
You're
my
going to yell at me.
time doing.
I'm a survivor
spent
trying to look out for other
Well,
survivors trying to
and
get to the
I
bottom
was
of it.
taking care
You
of
waited
the
6
people
months
who
to
lost
get here today.
3,000
6 months,
lives
and now you're being
at World
defiant
Trade
and
Center.
indignant today.
You were
You
the
asked
head of that.
me
I have
about
met
Howard
with
Lutnick.
Epstein survivors. I'm a
Poor people
survivor
who
myself.
died.
You have emails. You've denied that Jeffrey Epstein, that you tried to get Jeffrey Epstein to give money to you.
I did
but
not.
Howard Lutnick was
If
used
you
to
have an
get
email
money.
with me asking Jeffrey
I
Epstein
have
for
an
money,
email
That's
from
pedophile.
Howard Lutnick sending it to Jeffrey
the question?
Epstein. and
Pedophiles
his
yelling at pedophiles.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hillary Clinton did ask Jeffrey Epstein for money when she ran for Senate. Like, they were friends. They were all friends. So, and I don't know why she's made, like, oh, I never asked Epstein for money.
The one next
I don't
to
know
for
about
an event, an
uh,
intimate.
Chelsea Clinton's wedding. Ghislaine Maxwell
was
was
at-
at Chelsea's wedding. So don't tell me you don't know who fucking Epstein was. You fucking pedophile.
I'm sure she must have either directly or indirectly asked him for money for her Senate
event
campaign.
for you at his offices
Well,
at Cantor Fitzgerald. You're
look,
going to sit
if
here
you-
today
if you would
and,
let me
and,
finish.
and obfuscate and say to this committee, you didn't try to get money from Jeffrey
I didn't.
Epstein when
I
there was
didn't.
an intimate event in an email that Howard Lutnick emailed to Epstein's people and Epstein to get him to come to your intimate event at Cantor Fitzgerald, a very small event. And so I'm not going to put it. You want to yell at me, that's fine, but I'll yell right back.
Well,
okay? I am looking out for
it's
survivors.
very-
I'm doing
look-
the job that you would not do and refuse to do as Secretary of State. Thank you, and I yield back to
No,
Congresswoman
I'm
Right,
going to
that's
finish
not
answering
for the
the
American
questions, which I have a
people.
right to
I'm not
do.
so coffee.
I am
I'm
very
not rape children.
sympathetic to your personal situation. I have read about it. I have seen you testify or speak on the floor about it. And I very much sympathize with not only what you went through, but appreciate your effort to stand up for survivors. I would
Clinton definitely didn't
Don't
do
give
it.
a fuck about a survivor. You need babies.
Because Hillary covered up Bill Clinton when he assaulted Juanita Broderick when he was Attorney General in Kentucky.
Yeah,
She
what
helped cover it
what
up.
happened to me too?
Yeah, she helped cover it up. Juanita Broderick. She helped. She helped Bill Clinton cover up Monica Lewinsky, or at least tried to before it came out. So she
was a senator representing the people who were murdered on 9/11. Nobody lost more
didn't give a
people
fuck
than
about them
Howard
either.
Lutnick. You can say whatever
she's
you want.
she's wrapping herself in 9/11 as an excuse, like, hey, don't attack
The
me.
meme again. She did the 9/11 meme again.
Yeah, she's like, don't attack me because 9/11. It's
Yeah.
like, what kind of logic is
Call
that?
him and have him appear before the committee.
I
But
intend
I
to.
knew him. I knew him as the
I
man
knew
who
him.
lost the employees that he knew intimately,
I don't
including
give a fuck
his
about his
brother.
employees.
And
Well, he
was
would've
saying,
told
I
that
want
to
you and
Let
Jeffrey
her
Epstein
finish her
raising
answer,
money
please.
for you.
Yeah,
Let her finish
he
her
didn't
answer.
You know
care.
what? If you don't want to hear what emotionally affected me, that's fine. But that's why I know Howard Lutnick. I went to the memorial service every 9/11 after the formal service was held.
I see what you're
with
doing here,
all-
and you're
with
obfuscating
all
from
of
the
his
questions. He was the
people, the
go-between
families.
between you and Jeffrey
He's
Epstein raising
obfuscating.
money for you.
Well,
I'm talking
you know,
about
Howard
9/11. It's
Lutnick
talking
and
about
I
the memorial.
didn't
And you don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
those
I'm talking.
Yeah.
She desperately doesn't want to talk about Epstein, so she's obfuscating about
I helped
9/11.
9/11. 9/11, okay? 9/11.
I was mayor on 9/11. That's just a fuck.
Mhm.
You know what? I was in we were in 10th grade, right? Angel?
2001, I would have been in high school.
Yeah, in 10th grade.
Yeah.
I was in
Yes? Yeah.
4th grade.
You were a youngin'.
This is when Hillary Clinton gets angry because of the photos that Lauren Boebert takes of her during this hearing when it's supposed to be private. So she's very angry because of it.
But no offense, Laura Boebert has nowhere to talk. Her mother is such a fucking hoe. She don't remember who fucked her to have Laura Boebert. Did you
doesn't
guys
know
hear
who-
about that? Yeah, did you hear about that scandal? Her mother tried to accuse Stan Lane that Stan Lane was her father, and they had two paternity tests that were both negative.
Yeah, I remember she was, she's supposed to be some famous person's daughter.
Well, I'm sorry, I cannot take Laura Boebert seriously.
Yeah, so let's.
And her fucking mom is a fucking hoe.
Yeah, let's watch Hillary Clinton is very angry.
Have asked for a public hearing. If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm done with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
Yeah, because he knows he's not going to jail if she hold her in contempt, so they don't really care. She doesn't really.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
So I would like to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was.
It doesn't matter. We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So
well.
I would like to take a break at this moment.
Yeah,
I'd like to have
I'm done now.
Yeah, you put my
Take a break.
I say, I
off the record here.
slap your face. Oh,
So how dare
you.
you take a photo of me during this hearing?
Jesus fucking Christ. She's so rich her eyes are brown.
So now they bring up.
Steph, you voted for Hillary just like I did, right? Is that what you said?
I was, well, this is back in when I thought Bucklinski was actually a real person instead of a Ken doll with no dick.
Yeah.
I held my nose, as Linsky would say, and voted for Hillary. But since then, I have not voted.
Yeah.
And before that, I had not voted.
Yeah.
So Hillary Clinton's now asked about Anthony Weiner's laptop, if you remember that scandal. So because
Who gave his
Anthony
Weiner?
I was just gonna say his last name's Weiner.
Yeah.
Are you?
She, of course, gets kind of defensive and angry about this, just like she did everything else throughout this testimony.
Are you aware of any files that were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled Frazzle?
This is way outside the chairman's ruling.
This is way
within the
outside the
scope? Is this within the scope, Mr. Chairman?
The chairman rules that it's not.
So now they're complaining about this outside the scope of Epstein. And says she's bringing up Anthony Weiner in the laptop. And I'm like, she doesn't have to answer the question because, yeah, it's outside the scope. But at the same time, it's like, whatever. You might as well ask her and see what she says.
Mr. Chairman, based on what you said in the public hearing, is this within the scope?
We can go off the record for a moment.
Mr. Chairman, is this within the scope?
We'll go off the record and can talk.
So now they're off the record and blah, blah. So, yeah, she doesn't really answer the question.
Exactly.
Okay, exactly about Jeffrey Epstein. And here's what it is. I want that off the record.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
These rich motherfuckers are not going to talk about this stuff. They're fucking pedophiles. They eat babies. We know about it. Now they're trying to distract it from with this war with Iran. And literally, it's fucking working.
So now one more video, and then I'll wrap up with this because I don't want my audience to get Hillary Clinton overload. But she's asked about Pizzagate and Epstein. So let's see. Let's see what she says here. Oops. Hold on.
2017 speeches and interviews, you described Pizzagate as a baseless conspiracy theory, alleging you and others ran a child sex trafficking ring from a Washington pizzeria.
Actually, that was true.
Have you
that was
reviewed
based on
in
fact.
2025?
Yeah, and Hillary's gonna claim that's totally made up, and
They actually went and found a pizzeria with no basement and said, well, this is what they're trying to accuse the Pizzagate of having. It doesn't even have a basement. I'm like, oh, you fucking idiots. You don't do anything for the fucking pedophiles.
2026
You're
Epstein
pedophiles
files
yourself.
that were released that you believe reference or relate to those specific 2016 claims regarding the Podesta emails, Comet Ping Pong Pizza used as code possibly?
I'm sorry,
You're asking her about whether she's reviewed emails in the Epstein files which relate to the wacky Pizzagate scandal.
You could characterize it however you want. I just would like to know if she's familiar with any of them.
So excuse me, your question is about whether or not
now we get the lawyers jumping in and trying to get her to change the question, blah, blah, blah.
has reviewed any emails in the Epstein release files about Pizzagate.
Correct.
Pizzagate was totally made up
No,
It was an outrageous allegation. Ended up hurting a number of people.
Russiagate's
It
was.
caused a deranged young man to show
Yeah.
up with his assault rifle and shoot up a local pizzeria. I can't believe you're even referencing it. You should be.
I can't believe you're.
There are connections to
So here's the fake outrage from Hillary Clinton, of course. Like, I can't believe you would bring that up. Like, how dare you?
Because, I mean, how dare you? Because, I mean, a guy, a poor person did exactly what we told him to do, and he showed up and he killed people. I mean, sorry. You were out of line, Shaw.
Yeah, she's very uncomfortable here. As
But she
and
knows
she's
that we
very-
all know the truth, that Pizzagate was real, and there is sex trafficking of children going on, and their stupid fucking husband, Trump and Gates, and fucking Bezos, and all the fucking rich motherfuckers, Alan Dershowitz, and that goes for, what's his name? God damn it, I can't think of his name right now. George Soros.
Oh, yeah.
And his whole fucking family. That son of his, I'm gonna rip his fucking head off and spit in it. They're all fucking pedophiles.
I don't know what
I don't know anything.
Have at
people
it.
believe.
Have at it.
But you've accused certain parties, and I think even right now today, of promoting slow walking or information ways that fuels conspiracies. In your view, did any Epstein-Maxwell related investigations or file handling pre or post 2019 contribute to or intersect with the spread of Pizzagate style theories about Democrat figures?
Objection.
I have
Calls
no
for
way of answering. That is the
impossible
most
speculation.
ridiculously.
Objection.
Have you or your representatives identified any Epstein file
Those Epstein
content
bots
that has
couldn't
been
say-
misinterpreted online to revive those claims? And what steps, if any, have you taken to clarify?
Again, object on the ground of
Objection.
I think that this is all very
Speculation.
reasonable.
Well, first of all, I don't follow the crazy conspiracy stories that are online. I regret
You are
that anybody
the
does.
crazy
I find it.
computer.
He's so uncomfortable in this part. She's very uncomfortable. Not angry, not yelling. She's it's like really uncomfortable. Like this is like bothering her. Like, oh shit, this is coming out now. Oh god, I mean, I can't believe. I mean,
She knows that it's all real, and she's a fucking baby eater, and she's a pedophile. Her name
because
is in
usually,
I'm sure they're in the files. Didn't her
because
name
in the
come up?
past, yeah, I think so. But in past testimony, she was like very angry and yelling. But not this time. She was kind of like nervous and desperately trying. Her lawyers are desperately trying to jump in, like objection. That's horrible, terrible question. So I don't care about that. They asked Hillary Clinton about.
Always feel like they're always
Yeah,
you.
yeah, they asked her,
Privacy.
in this part. They asked Hillary Clinton about UFOs and Gilgamesh. I don't know why that got brought up. I don't care about UFOs or Gilgamesh. So one more.
UFOs. That is the biggest bunch of bull. Yeah, they're trying to distract from the fact that a bunch of pedophiles run our government. Actually, all the politicians are pedophiles, and they run our government along with Hollywood.
So this is Hillary Clinton being asked about Epstein's donation to her husband's presidential campaigns. So Hillary Clinton cannot accept the fact that Epstein took money for it Clinton took money from Epstein, Bill Clinton.
For the record, in 1992, Epstein donated $1,000 to your husband's presidential campaign. In 93, $10,000 to the White House Historical Association while you were in the White House and your husband were. And then he visited the White House as we've said, I think ad nauseum 17 times from 93 to 95. And then in 99, a $20,000 donation to Senate campaign or an affiliate allied campaign. And then in 2006, $25,000 to the Clinton Foundation. And then post-Clinton presidency, your husband was on the plane somewhere in the neighborhood of 26 times.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I learned a lot
for
more.
everything you just said. I can't vouch for.
All right, but you're not disputing it vehemently.
But,
No, I'm not. accepting it, but
Okay.
I can't vouch for it.
I can speak.
In 2008, Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of 2 felony counts. Correct?
Were they felonies? I don't recall.
They were federal
Yeah,
felonies.
they were definitely felonies.
He's a
Hillary.
fucking
You talk about you
pedophile.
can't
You go,
recall.
bitch.
Well, I can't recall whether they're felonies or not. They were definitely felonies. I mean, I remember that.
Like when,
He's a fucking pedophile.
when Hunter Biden was saying, "I have no idea about the laptop."
It was
Well,
his
it's all-
laptop, and he didn't have a clue what, like, he pretended that he didn't know anything about it.
Even Hunter Biden is a pedophile. I saw footage. Now, I don't know if it's him. It could have been AI generated. But I saw I saw a video of Hunter Biden dragging a teenage girl through the hallway of a hotel.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, not surprising. I mean, look at all his photos.
I mean, and again, just because he was with a prostitute. How old was the prostitute? Probably underage.
Excuse me.
You know, I would tell Hillary Clinton to suck a dick, but I'm afraid that she would do it that to a child.
Yeah, that's not something that.
Thank you for laughing. I'll be here all week.
Yeah, so that was incredible. That was both of them were. Actually, Hillary was very angry and very nervous about this whole testimony, and Bill was just too excited looking at the photos. Like, he was getting off on that. Like, he was like, his lawyer even tried to take away the photo. He's trying. Oh, let me see that again. I remember that.
I remember that.
It was like he's getting off on it again.
Yeah.
So let's talk about there's one more video, not about Hillary, about immigration, because as we all know, a lot of Trump's immigration policies are very similar to Bill Clinton back in 96, 97. If you're old enough to remember that. I mean, Bill Clinton was like
yes,
very
I do remember
hawkish
Bill Clinton.
he was very hawkish when it came to immigration. So this is State of the Union 95.
Isn't he that AEW wrestler?
Yeah, this is a wrestling account, that pointed out hypocrisies here. So this is Trump first, and then Bill Clinton, saying very similar rhetoric.
Agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
I was 9 years old in 95.
Yeah, and Democrats don't stand up, but all the Republicans stand up, cheering their president.
Not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers.
That's solely made up.
That's why our administration has moved aggressively.
That's solely made up. I mean, the illegal aliens can't use our public benefits. And that sounds exactly
he had
like
to
Trump's
distract
rhetoric.
from the future blowjob.
Yeah, he sounds like exactly like Trump 30 years later, but Democrats conveniently ignore Bill Clinton's, 1995 State of the Union address.
To secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards.
There you go. Hiring record numbers of border guards.
I remember Joe Biden was arguing for a wall.
Yeah. What does Trump do? He hires record number of ICE agents. This is before ICE, but yeah, I mean, that's very similar to Bill Clinton's immigration policies.
Deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
Oh, by the way, I mean, Clinton never cracked down on companies hiring illegals, but he did deport a bunch of illegals.
But you know what he did do? When he was governor of Arkansas, he actually brought a bunch of Cuban refugees over and put them in internment camps. Because there was sorry, I know this is a weird thing that I heard about, but the history of this one camp, and they say the camp is insanely haunted. So anyway,
excuse me.
But it was based on it was in the 80s, I think, when he was still governor of Arkansas. He brought a bunch of Cuban refugees and put them in internment camps, for fuck's sake. So he's been doing this again. They do this on purpose because literally they're trying to distract from the fact that they're fucking over poor people. And I don't know, the sheeple seem to like it. I was talking to my dad about, I said, Laura Ingraham, I bet you they haven't said anything about Epstein. He said, my dad said, he said, oh yeah, they talked about Epstein yesterday or the day before. I was like, about Trump? He goes, no, it was Bill Gates and Bill Clinton. Okay, Trump's in the files too. Is yes, this 95. This happened when Angel and I were 9 years old. And little brother was what 4?
95?
Yeah, you were 4. Damn, I was born in 1990.
All right. So let me finish this up.
In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace, as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan.
See, I remember correctly, Bill Clinton did a commission trying to figure out what to do with illegal aliens. And so that's what he was referring to here. And that's when they decided, yeah, we need to deport them. So they ramped up deportations to at the time a record, but Obama would come in and shatter that record. So like 10 years or about 13 years.
A nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
And everyone
to find out that literally Clinton did not want anyone to find out that he was freaking to the White House.
See, look, everybody stands up here. In 2026, it's only Republicans because.
Hey, let white people reign supreme. White people forever. Go fuck yourself, Clinton. And then I'd say something.
Everybody stands up. So yeah, Democrats sitting here because it's the orange man Republican, but here in 95, they're all standing for pretty much the same policy as Trump has today.
Never trust a baby face with gray hair. Does Punk have gray hair? Yeah, he has gray in his beard, doesn't he?
Oops.
I think we're not talking about Punk. I like Punk.
Let's see here. Oh, yes, this one. Have you guys heard about the sex offender trying to run for city council in Fresno, California?
No.
Who is
Why am I shocked? Wait, I'm not.
There's a sex offender running for city council, and this guy.
As he runs.
By the way, this guy, he looks like a sex offender. Like, he likes kids. You can tell, but just by the way he looks.
Oh, what the fuck?
Skinny, and
why does he look like a Johnny? Well, why does he look like a Johnny Depp reject?
Yeah, the emo haircut, the how skinny he is. He looks like.
Why is he not in jail? Oh, I know, because he's trying to run for fucking Senate, and he literally has rich people watching his back.
He's running as a Democrat, and to join city council in Fresno City.
I believe Fresno deserves leaders that are honest from the very beginning, not the end. So going into this, I'm putting my life out.
That's made up. Yeah, he literally was convicted of it, so he definitely did it. So
out there.
Up front about his status as a registered sex offender, Rene Campos is not running from his past as he runs for office.
I've been given the chance to rehabilitate through the courts and back into the system.
Charged with being in possession of child sex abuse material back in 2018, the Fresno native says.
Oh, so he was convicted of having child porn, essentially, in 2018. So
what makes them... it's no different than anyone in Congress or anyone in Hollywood. Again, of course, yes. sex pets or sex pedophiles. I should say pedophiles.
Where's
Pedophiles are
Chris
people
Hansen
too.
when you need him?
Yeah.
Pedophiles are people too.
He pled
Jesus
no
Christ.
contest to a
He pled no contest, so
misdemeanor charge.
So
It's a misdemeanor charge?
Yeah, he pled down to a misdemeanor. You know, just possessing child pornography, basically.
Right, he has to know someone in high places. Because if that was a poor pedophile, trust me, no one would ever hear his name.
No, yeah, you definitely wouldn't have pled on.
Launching his campaign to represent District 7 on the Fresno City Council. He says his focus is on safety.
So I say, let's choose somebody outside the box.
That's ironic.
Person.
That's ironic from him. My focus is
You think
safety.
I would trust you with my child? You are out of your fucking goddamn mind.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that anybody would consider voting for him.
Somebody who knows the system from inside out. Because me, I've experienced the law.
I know it from inside out. Yeah, because you got busted.
Nothing bad happened to him. Jesus Christ.
He got busted for
I'm just an
possessing
innocent
child porn.
bystander in all this. Don't go fuck yourself. You literally fuck kids. Or at least you fantasize about it.
Yeah, he had photos. He didn't really do it, but technically, allegedly, but he definitely had photos.
Fresno County Clerk and Registrar of Voters James Coos says state law does not prevent a registered sex offender from running for office.
Oh, but if he had a felony, he couldn't run. But because it's a misdemeanor, so he could run, even though it was a terrible crime that he committed.
I mean, we got pedophiles all over the Washington and all over every politician is a pedophile. So
you're on probation. You actually are allowed in California to reapply and become a registered voter again, which would then make you eligible to be able to run as long as you are living in the proper jurisdiction.
I thought that was Thomas Massey when I first saw him.
Yeah, that was just the local official there in Fresno.
I mean, he'll probably get elected because nobody gives a fuck that pedophiles are running Washington.
You guys would like this one, especially. So there's this vigilante group that busted a University of Georgia professor for sexting a 14-year-old boy.
No.
So.
Oh no.
There's literally a professor at University of Georgia, and right in his classroom, in front of all students. It's kind of low in the beginning, but.
Over the weekend,
Here we go.
Street sweepers, we investigate adults looking at these kids for sex. This individual, unfortunately, was sending explicit pictures.
It actually gets quite graphic in this part, so if you guys, just. Because he just straight up says what his fantasies are, the professor.
He's telling a 14-year-old boy that he wants to come on his face, that he wants to come to go in his eyes so he can see the contrast from his eyes and the cum. Sending all type of pictures saying how he wanted to do the child and everything like that. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt your class, but this man is a pedophile. You feel me?
Yeah, your professor is a pedophile.
Street Sweepers TV. Yeah, I apologize for interrupting y'all education. I'm proud of y'all. Keep doing. Yeah, don't be like him.
Call the cops! Call the fucking cops!
Yeah,
don't just. I'm sorry for interrupting your fucking class. Okay, you can go about your day now with a fucking pedophile. Call the fucking cops!
Yeah, they talked to him here a little bit.
Go dog.
They interviewed him.
Your life could be ruined from this. That class could wait.
I know.
So just give us your time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying just work with this brother. We just want to ask you some questions. That's it. I just want to understand why.
Yeah, just incriminate yourself. Go ahead.
What were you thinking at the time?
I just felt that what? Now I don't see no cops.
Yeah, I think they eventually called the cops and he was arrested. In fact, there's an update. He was immediately fired after this video came out as professor. So they didn't take long to fire him.
I got carried on by the.
Fire him! Help! Put him in jail!
It was a mistake, and indeed I closed the conversation as soon as I could. I was very confused by the situation, and this person looked.
How old did they say?
Just a second.
How old did they say they were?
Yeah, 15. I know this.
No, they said there were going to be 15 in a couple in a week or so.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a mistake. I'm really sorry. I just like.
I'm really sorry.
I got.
I'm really sorry. You literally should be hung by the neck.
He knows his life is ruined now, so it's like, I'm really sorry.
I don't know. This was a real mistake.
Do you like women?
It wasn't that ruined. You should be swinging from a tree somewhere.
You like women?
No.
No, I don't.
So you're gay.
Okay,
so yeah.
So.
No, man, I like whiskey.
This was a mistake. Yeah.
If you believe any of this shit.
They have screenshots on the
Yeah, I know.
Why would you say that?
That was an error. That was an error.
It was an error.
That was an error. We're not. No one's here to hurt you, brother. Nobody here is gonna hurt you. We're just trying to ask.
Oh, no one's here to hurt you. I would have beat that motherfucker to death.
Oh,
especially if he came after my son.
There are other vigilantes I've seen on the internet just beat the crap out of the child molesters and the so that's why I think they're referencing that guy. I forget his name, but they beat the crap out of him on camera. So
even if I did go to prison, and I hope he does, because I hope they get justice. Because again, dead pedophiles do not reoffend. But let me tell you something. So my dad told me this story. Could be false, could be true. Even prisoners in prison have a standard, and they don't like child molesters, and they don't like animal molesters either.
Yeah,
bestiality guys.
The child molesters are called chomos. So in prison, so they're like the bottom of the totem pole. They get anally raped and they get fucked in prison. So it's like this guy is gonna be.
This guy better be lucky he ain't in fucking jail, because they'll put him under the jail.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it in prison.
You gonna do that again?
That was my son that he was 16. Trust me, that dude wouldn't even make it to jail. I would have killed that motherfucker, and I would put him under the jail.
It's not really.
It's not really
my thing.
It's not my thing. So why'd you do it? It's not your thing. Exactly. Again, that's not really my thing.
What made you carry on the conversation so long? What made you carry the conversation?
I indeed. I asked it myself, and I realized this was a serious mistake.
Why did you want to go from?
Oh yeah, now you realize it was a serious mistake. Yeah, because you got caught.
You got caught.
Yeah, after you got caught. Oh, it's such a bad thing. I know. I did what I did was wrong. You're gonna reoffend. He's gonna reoffend. That's why he needs to die. They need to kill him.
And now he's gonna probably cry. Forgiveness and all that shit.
Yeah, I think he does.
Jesus had the little children. I mean, did I say that? Come on.
Michael Tracy.
Pedophiles do not reoffend.
Michael Tracy will probably find a way.
Dead pedophiles do not reoffend.
I made a serious mistake. It never happened to me.
I'm sorry. Turn that off. That guy makes me want to puke.
I don't know.
So you felt sympathy
for
him.
And think about the parents of that 14-year-old that you're sexting. Can you imagine being a parent and having your child come to you and say, "Mommy, an adult is texting me all this stuff," and you see it? And you're like, stop talking to these people.
Don't forget, Erica Kirk was caught when years ago she was messaging a young girl or whatever and making inappropriate messages. I'm sure you people heard about that.
Yeah, I did, but
I mean, she was running a traffic ring in Africa.
Yeah, no, not Africa, Romania.
Romania, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, they're all pedophiles. Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk was a pedophile. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Trump Jr. Probably Barron is probably will be a pedophile too when he turns 18. For fuck's sake. I mean, every politician, it's not just one, it's not just a few. Every single politician is a pedophile and a pedophile protector because nobody is showing anybody in jail.
Yep.
Actually, all the politicians actually fought, even AOC, even Rashida Tlaib, and all the fucking squad. Every one of them fought to keep the Epstein files secret. Every single one of them. Yeah. Be careful. I'm not scared of people. Come after me, bitch. I'll make sure you literally do not reoffend, you stupid fucking pedophiles. Because I don't believe in Satan, but if you want to see Satan, try to come after my kid.
This is Scarrica Kirk. But yeah, so we're just gonna start wrapping up here because it is past 9:00 Eastern. But yeah, I mean, starting Monday, I'm gonna have my plate full of classes and stuff like that. So I'm still gonna do the show, but it's it's gonna be a little not tough, but it's gonna
Oh,
it's
like
not gonna
me.
be what?
Like me, I'm working a full schedule now. I have to do my show tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like, ugh. Also, don't forget, I know, Alex, you can't make it because it's 1 p.m. and you said you have something to do at 1 p.m. Sunday, the 15th of March. We're going to record, yes, Kurt Kennedy's birthday bash, and I have some trivia questions, like all quiz. It's AI, so sorry. Don't expect the class, right?
I'm likely gonna make it, but it might be a little bit late, depending on what time I get home. So I might log on a few minutes late. But yeah.
1 p.m.
Don't forget to change your clocks before Sunday.
Oh right, we're losing an hour. So
right.
Yeah. So do that as well. So yeah. So I'm still gonna do the show, even though I have my plate full during the week. But I'm just letting
he's
you
gonna
guys
be learning IT.
Yeah, I'm taking an IE and a cybersecurity course at the same time. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do.
During the summer in June, I'll be going to Chicago again. To see
okay.
Chicago.
So yeah, just letting you guys know that's what's going on, and a little update about myself. So far we only have 22 likes. Go ahead.
Also, Kit will be on Kit Cabela, and I think Dave said he could come. So it'll be Kit, Dave, and Angel, hopefully. And like I said, it's gonna be a fun birthday bash.
Yeah, I'll make it most likely. So, as it might be a little bit late.
We're doing Wrestle Talk tomorrow, right?
Wrestling Talk tomorrow.
Yeah, but we're gonna go on hiatus after that because Witchy has busy the next couple weekends. She said. So.
Yeah. So next Saturday, I'm having family pictures done. The 28th, I'm also having pictures done. My son and the Ostara Bunny or the Easter Bunny, whatever you celebrate. So yeah, I have a lot coming up. In fact, next Sunday, not only am I recording the birthday bash, but my son just got invited to a birthday party and is going to a bowling alley. So,
nice.
Yeah, we're just all busy here. Very busy.
So we're gonna go on hiatus the next few weeks on the show. So we'll be back in time for WrestleMania. But pretty sure, but WrestleMania is April 18th and 19th. So we'll be back by then.
And then the 20th, which is Monday, is my birthday.
And remember, WrestleMania is a start of a new era.
I'm sure it will be. So yeah, those are what we're doing for the next few weeks. This is what we're doing the next few weeks. I'll be doing that for the next few weeks as well. So I'll be kind of busy, but I'm still doing Angel in the Afternoon Pro Wrestling Talk. So yeah, we'll be actually. No, wait. I just said we're going on hiatus, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna do both shows whenever we're back. So yeah, so I want to thank everybody for watching, like and subscribe.
And I'll be on at 6 tomorrow or 9 Eastern tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are having Pro Wrestling Talk tomorrow, so please be aware. Pro Wrestling Talk will be on tomorrow, but then take a little hiatus. But we will be back tomorrow. So.
We do got to review Elimination Chamber, which we watched last Saturday. So, and talk about some other things before clips. But
so
yeah, I mean, I hope
Seth Rollins is a face again. Does that mean Becky Lynch is going to be a face soon?
I have no idea what they're doing with that.
I have no idea. I assume so. She'll probably make the flip after WrestleMania, most likely.
Unless they turn AJ Lee heel for some reason.
No, I don't. How would that happen?
So there is a big WWE title match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre tonight, which we got to discuss tomorrow. So it seems like Cody might win the title tonight and have a one-on-one match with Randy Orton at Mania instead of
just be
John
be cautious. Yeah, I think that was all just bullshit. I think that was made up.
Maybe, but
yeah,
maybe, but at the same time, we have to.
I wouldn't mind seeing Randy Orton tie Cena for the record at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's at 14 or 15 right now, range.
Oh, I thought he was at 16.
No, he's like at 14 or 15. He's still going to be behind even if he wins at WrestleMania. But yeah, so that's tomorrow for Pro Wrestling Talk. We will discuss that. And we'll be back next Friday for Angel in the afternoon. I'll be updating the Round War, and I'm sure Ice is going to do some more fucked up things and stuff like that. So thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. We only had 22 likes. I don't think we'll make 40, but
tatas.
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Wrestling Talk and next week for another episode Angel in the Afternoon. Peace out.